your dreams and ambitions. Let me tell you something, my friends, your dreams are precious. They are not just fleeting thoughts or fanciful ideas, they are divine whispers placed in your heart by the Creator Himself. Dreams are the seeds of purpose, and like any seed, they need the right conditions to grow. But here's the truth, those dreams cannot grow if you expose them to the harsh winds of doubt, criticism, and negativity too soon. Think about a farmer planting a seed. The farmer doesn't throw that seed out into the open and hope for the best. No, he buries it deep in fertile soil, waters it, and shields it from the elements until it's strong enough to break through the surface. Your dreams require the same care. In this age of social media and constant sharing, it's tempting to announce every idea, every goal, and every ambition the moment it enters your mind. But hear me clearly, not everyone who hears about your dream will cheer for you. Some will misunderstand it, others will envy it. And yes, there are those who will try to sabotage it. That's why it's crucial to keep your dreams private in their infancy. When Joseph in the Bible shared his dreams with his brothers, their reaction wasn't encouragement, it was envy. They couldn't handle his vision, and their jealousy drove them to plot against him. But even their schemes couldn't stop what God had planned for Joseph. However, Joseph's story reminds us that not everyone around you is ready or worthy to hear the dream God has placed in your heart. Keeping your dreams private doesn't mean you don't believe in them. It doesn't mean you're ashamed or uncertain. It means you're protecting them. You're giving yourself time to plan, to pray, to position yourself for success. Every dream has a process, and every process takes time. Don't rush to share your goals before you've built the foundation to support them. Work in silence. Build in private. Lay one brick at a time, knowing that when the time comes, the world will see the masterpiece you've been creating. And when they see it, it won't be because you told them, it'll be because you showed them. Your dreams are your responsibility. No one else will nurture them, protect them, or believe in them like you will. Guard them like a treasure. Share them only with those who are invested in your growth and who will pray for your success. Remember this, the loudest success stories often begin in the quietest seasons. So don't be discouraged if no one sees what you're doing. Your moment will come. Keep your head down, your heart open, and your eyes on the vision. Trust that what God has placed in you will come to pass if you remain faithful and focused. In 2025, let this be the year you move in silence and let the fruits of your labor speak volumes. Your dreams are too important to be left unprotected. Guard them, nurture them, and watch them grow into something greater than you ever imagined. True, your family matters. Family is a gift, a sacred foundation upon which much of our lives are built. Yet in today's world, the sanctity of family is often threatened by the culture of oversharing and outside interference. Brothers and sisters, if there's one thing you must hold close to your heart in 2025, it is your family. Your family matters more than opinions, more than appearances, and certainly more than the approval of strangers. Every family has its joys, its struggles, its victories, and its battles. But what makes family special is not perfection, it's the bond that holds you together despite the imperfections. That bond is precious, and it must be protected at all costs. In this digital age, there is an increasing temptation to share everything about our lives, every argument, every celebration, every challenge, and every triumph. But hear me when I say, not everyone needs to know what goes on behind the closed doors of your home. Your family's business is not a headline. It is not content for likes, comments, or shares. It is a private matter, one that deserves respect and discretion. The truth is, when you expose your family's challenges to the world, you invite opinions and judgments from people who do not understand the full story. And let me tell you, not everyone who offers advice has your family's best interest at heart. Some people just want something to gossip about, something to critique, or even something to envy. Don't let the noise of the outside world infiltrate the peace of your home. When conflicts arise within your family, and they will handle them with love, patience, and privacy. Every family faces struggles, it's part of being human. But those struggles are not for public consumption. Instead of broadcasting your disagreements, bring them to the table with your loved ones. Pray together, talk together, work it out together. The fewer outside opinions you allow into your family's matters, the stronger your unity will be. On the flip side, the same principle applies to your family's victories and blessings. Yes, it's natural to want to share the good things happening in your life, but even those joyful moments can be misinterpreted or resented by others. Sometimes the best way to celebrate is in private with the people who matter most. Gratitude doesn't always need an audience, it just needs a sincere heart. Think of your family as a garden. The love you share, the memories you create, and the challenges you overcome together are like seeds planted in that garden. To thrive, those seeds need nurturing, protection, and care. If you expose them too soon, if you let the world trample through your garden, they may not grow as they should. Protect your family's garden. Water it with love, shield it with discretion, and let it flourish in its own time. And let's not forget this, the family unit is often the target of external pressures, be it societal expectations, cultural norms, or even personal misunderstandings. But your family is your sanctuary. It's the place where you can be your true self, where you are loved unconditionally, and where you can find strength for the journey ahead. Do not let anything or anyone disrupt that sanctuary. In 2025, commit to protecting your family like never before. Be the peacemaker in your home. Be the encourager. Be the one who reminds everyone of the value of keeping certain things private. Whether it's a moment of triumph or a season of trial, handle your family's matters with care, love, and dignity. Your family is your legacy. The world doesn't need to know every detail of your life to respect you or celebrate you. Keep some things sacred. Keep some things just for you and your loved ones. When you protect your family, you protect your peace, your purpose, and your power. And in doing so, you set an example for others to follow. Let 2025 be the year where your family thrives in love, unity, and privacy. Guard your home, cherish your loved ones, and let the beauty of your family life shine not for the world to see, but for your hearts to treasure. 3. Your financial situation. Brothers and sisters, money is a powerful tool, but it's also one of the most sensitive aspects of our lives. Your financial situation, whether you're flourishing or facing challenges, is something you must learn to handle with wisdom and discretion. In 2025, let us commit to guarding this area of our lives with care, because not everything about your wallet should be public knowledge. Let's start with this truth: money has a way of revealing the hearts of people around you. If you're doing well financially and you broadcast it, you may find yourself attracting envy, jealousy, or even exploitation. People might begin to see your resources instead of seeing you. They may treat you differently, not because of who you are, but because of what they think you can give them. And let me tell you, that's a burden you don't want to carry. On the other hand, if you're struggling financially and share that struggle too widely, you might find yourself surrounded by pity, or worse, judgment. The world is quick to make assumptions about people's financial hardships. Some will question your decisions, others may look down on you. Instead of finding support, you might find yourself the subject of criticism and gossip. This is why your financial situation, whether in abundance or scarcity, must be managed privately and wisely. Not everyone needs to know how much you make, how much you spend, or how much you spend, or how much you owe. These are deeply personal matters that require discernment. Share them only with those who genuinely care about your well-being and can offer guidance or support without ulterior motives. Now let me speak to those of you who are walking in financial abundance. First, I celebrate you. Your hard work, dedication, and blessings have brought you to this season. But remember, this financial success is not just about what you have, it's about how you steward it. Resist the temptation to flaunt your wealth. Extravagant displays of money might attract admiration from some, but it also invites unnecessary attention, and not all of it will be positive. True wealth doesn't need to be advertised. Let your impact speak louder than your income. Use your blessings to quietly bless others, to invest in your future, and to build a legacy that will outlast you. And when you give, do so in private without expecting applause. There is greater joy in giving when it comes from the heart, not for the eyes of others. Now, for those of you who are facing financial challenges, hear me when I say you are not alone. And this is not the end of your story. Financial struggles can be heavy, but they don't define your worth or your potential. However, be careful about who you share your struggles with. Not everyone who listens to your story will help you. Some might use your vulnerability against you. Instead, seek wisdom. Speak to trusted advisors, financial professionals, or mentors who can guide you out of your situation without judgment. Here's another point to consider in this world of comparison. Many people feel pressured to live beyond their means. Social media shows us a constant stream of luxury, making us feel as though we're falling behind if we're not keeping up. But let me remind you, appearances can be deceiving. Don't fall into the trap of spending money to impress people who aren't paying your bills. Live within your means and find contentment in what you have. The Bible teaches us to be wise stewards of our resources, whether they are great or small. Financial wisdom is not just about saving or spending, it's about understanding the purpose of money in your life. Money is a tool, not a master. It's meant to serve your goals, your family, and your God-given purpose. In 2025, let this be the year you commit to financial discretion. If you're building wealth, do it quietly. If you're facing challenges, overcome them wisely. Above all, remember that your financial situation is not a measure of your value. It's simply a season that you're either managing or growing through. Protect your peace by protecting your financial privacy. Share your financial life with those you trust, and let your decisions be guided by wisdom, not by the pressure to perform or conform. When you handle your finances with discretion, you open the door to peace, growth, and stability. Let 2025 be the year you walk in financial wisdom, guarding your resources and using them to build a life of purpose, generosity, and freedom. Remember, what you keep private allows you to grow without unnecessary distractions or interference. Be wise, be intentional, and watch how your financial situation transforms for the better. 4. Your relationships. Relationships are among the most sacred aspects of our lives. Whether they are romantic, familial, or friendships, they are the connections that give us love, support, and purpose. But my brothers and sisters, as sacred as relationships are, they are also fragile, and in this fast-paced, oversharing world, they must be protected with great care and discretion. In 2025, we are living in an era where the lines between private and public life are increasingly blurred. Social media encourages us to post every dinner date, every vacation, and every heartfelt moment for the world to see. But hear me clearly, your relationships are not a show for the public. They are not content for likes, comments, or approval. They are personal, intimate, and precious. When you put your relationships on public display, you'll open the door to opinions both invited and uninvited. People will project their assumptions, expectations, and even their insecurities onto your relationship. Some will compare your love story to their own, while others may judge or criticize without knowing the full story. And let me tell you, not all of these opinions will be helpful. Many of them will sow seeds of doubt and discord where there should be trust and harmony. Consider this: a fire burns brighter when it's shielded from the wind. But if you expose it to too much air, it risks being extinguished. Your relationships are like that fire. They need warmth, care, and protection, not the constant exposure of outside opinions. Let's talk about romantic relationships for a moment. Whether you're dating, engaged, or married, your connection with your partner is deeply personal. It's built on shared experiences, communication, and trust. Broadcasting every detail of your relationship, both the highs and the lows, can erode that trust. Publicizing disagreements can invite unnecessary scrutiny, while oversharing intimate moments can diminish their sacredness. Instead, focus on building a strong private foundation. Love your partner in a way that doesn't need an audience. Celebrate your milestones together and work through your challenges in private. Seek advice from trusted mentors or counselors when necessary, but be cautious about sharing your struggles with too many people. Not everyone who listens to your story will pray for your success. Some may silently root for your failure. This principle doesn't just apply to romantic relationships. Friendships, too, require protection. A true friend is someone who knows your heart, your struggles, and your joys, and loves you just the same. But even in friendship, there are boundaries. Keep the sacred moments you share with your friends between you and them. Don't turn private conversations into public anecdotes or betray their trust for the sake of attention. Your family relationships also deserve this level of care. Parents, siblings, and extended family are often the ones who know us best and who can hurt us the most. Disagreements and misunderstandings are natural, but they are best resolved within the family circle. Bringing outside opinions into family matters often complicates things rather than resolving them. Let me add this: relationships grow in private because privacy creates a safe space for authenticity. In the quiet moments away from the noise of the world, you can truly connect with the people you love. You can be yourself, free from the pressure to perform or conform. And it's in these moments that relationships deepen and flourish. Privacy also fosters accountability. When your relationship is not on public display, you are more likely to work on it for the right reasons, not for how it appears to others, but for the love and commitment you share. This is where true growth happens. Now, some of you may be asking, but what about sharing my joy? What about letting people see how blessed I am? And I hear you. There is nothing wrong with sharing a glimpse of the love and happiness you found. But remember, a glimpse is enough. You don't need to expose every detail to celebrate your blessings. Keep some moments just for you and the ones you hold dear. As we step into 2025, let us be intentional about protecting our relationships. Let us cherish the connections that matter most and guard them from unnecessary exposure. When you keep your relationships private, you allow them to grow stronger, deeper, and more authentic. You protect them from the noise, opinions, and distractions of the outside world. Remember this: what you nurture in private will bear fruit in public. Love deeply, cherish sincerely, and protect fiercely. Your relationships are too valuable to be left unguarded. In this new year, commit to keeping them sacred and watch how they flourish in ways you never imagined. 5. Your acts of kindness. Kindness is one of the most powerful expressions of love we can offer to the world. It is a reflection of the goodness within us, a manifestation of the light we carry. However, as beautiful as acts of kindness are, they are not meant to be performed for recognition, applause, or validation. They are sacred acts that should often remain private, flowing from a genuine desire to help rather than a need to be seen. In 2025, we live in a world where many feel compelled to showcase their generosity. Social media is flooded with videos and posts of people giving to the needy, helping strangers, or performing acts of charity, all with cameras rolling. While these displays can inspire others, they can also dilute the purity of the act itself. Kindness, when done with the expectation of attention, risks becoming more about the giver than the recipient. True kindness doesn't require an audience. It doesn't need the approval of the world because its value lies in the impact it has on the person receiving it. When you give in secret, you allow the focus to remain on the act and its purpose. You create a moment of pure connection between you and the recipient, free from distractions or ulterior motives. Think about this: when someone is in need, they are often at their most vulnerable. By turning their struggle into a spectacle, even with good intentions, you risk stripping away their dignity. A person in need doesn't want to feel like a project or a prop in someone else's story. They want to feel seen, valued, and respected. Privacy and kindness ensures that their dignity remains intact. This principle doesn't just apply to grand gestures or public acts of charity. It applies to the everyday moments of compassion and generosity that often go unnoticed. Whether it's helping a friend in need, offering a kind word to a stranger, or giving to someone in secret, these small, quiet acts of kindness have immense power. They ripple outward, touching lives in ways you may never see or know. Kindness is not about the size of the act or the recognition it receives. It's about the heart behind it. When you give from a place of genuine love and care, it doesn't matter if anyone else sees it. What matters is that you made a difference, even if it's just in one person's life. We must also remember that kindness is a responsibility, not an opportunity for self-promotion. When you are blessed with resources, time, or abilities that allow you to help others, you are entrusted with the responsibility to use them wisely and humbly. You are not called to boast about your generosity, but to act as a steward of the blessings you've received. Even when kindness is expressed in public settings, the intention matters. Are you doing it to inspire others, or are you doing it to elevate yourself? Are you seeking to bring attention to the need or to your role in addressing it? These are questions we must ask ourselves, especially in a time when public perception often takes precedence over private integrity. Kindness, at its core, is about love in action. It's about seeing someone else's need and responding without hesitation or expectation. It's about creating moments of grace where the focus is not on what you've done, but on what has been given: hope, support, relief, or simply a reminder that someone cares.